it every day. We acknowledge that so long as we are in a plural voices environment, we may have some individuals, going to the extreme. And so we have a mechanism in place internally within the party where we do some monitoring and we deal with it on day-to-day basis. But that is not an excuse for deliberate government harassment. Even if somebody is on the side of the law or somebody commits a crime in their speech, there are processes. And these processes do not include long overdue keeping in custody. It doesn't include raiding people's homes in the middle of the night. It doesn't include deliberately jumping around the issues and being seen to deliberately punishing the people using the law. It doesn't include it. So but should somebody even wrong the law, I believe there are processes which do not include what we are seeing today.
So, police to stop what they are doing?
We are making an appeal to the government. I have always insisted that the police service is one of the most professional bodies we can find in this country. But the problem is with the political interference. Because ultimately, the head of the police service is an appointee of the political class. And that is where the challenge comes from. All these policemen you see here, these are very well-trained professionals. They are not the problem. The problem is the government. The problem is the politicians.
Today, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. The selective application of the rule of law and the laws of our country is sickening. You will have a vice chairman of a ruling party making incendiary comments and attacks and also threatening bodily harm and elimination of opposition figures. He's called over a tea or coffee and granted bail. Then you have a regional chairman of the opposition party makes comment, the police finds it offensive and finds it difficult to stomach. The person is put behind bars, the person is given draconian bail conditions. Then you have a trial judge that will tell you that in the animal farm book, not all animals are equal. That is the kind of situation that we face. I'm happy that today the NPP young folks and the young people in our party, they have risen to the occasion and are also clear in their mind that they will resist oppressors' rule, speak against injustice, and also speak against the harassment, the intimidation, and the deliberate gagging of opposition activists. This we will not allow.
Are you not able to distinguish between the two? That, for one instance, the Ghana Police Service gave the person bail, and for that, the person went to court, and the court decided to remand the person. The prosecution is definitely the police, and that of the Attorney General's office. And clearly, they were acting in concert with the police in this matter. If you listen to some of the comments that comes from the ruling party supporters, the offensive comments, the misconduct, the police sometimes turn a blind eye onto it. And for me, what I find outrageous is the fact that the rule of law is deliberately being selectively applied. And that is not good for our democracy. And I urge the NPP young people, the NPP youth, that today we begin another long walk to freedom. And this we will not stop. And we will back party leadership and get together amongst ourselves and challenge any decision that we believe is inconsistent with the rule of law and the constitution of our country.
So that is this protest is against the deliberate weaponization of state institutions, especially the security agencies, to harass members of the opposition party. Now, the selective justice is becoming worrying. The unwarranted arrest for expression of views, regardless of how harsh it is becoming too much. What the youth wing is seeking to achieve is to signal President Mahama that you are the president of the land. You have been elected to defend Ghana's democracy. The level at which our democracy is descending is worrying. It's going down. The fact that there is a change in government does not mean that you weaponize state institutions. You clearly orchestrate.
We are not happy about the discriminatory and differential treatment or application of the law by the police. We are not also happy with the high-handedness that we see in the process of applying the law. And we are here to let the police know that it is better to be professional than to take instructions from a politician.
Now,
a politician will have an expiry date, but your professionalism will stay forever.
You've not disputed the fact that in some instances, the police in doing their work have very genuine reasons to do this work, like the inflammatory messages that have been passed on by some members or persons associated with the NPP.
You are a journalist. A message or talk, no matter how inflammatory, does not warrant criminal procedure or application of the law. We believe that if someone talks in a way which is not correct, I mean, at least take them through civil procedure. Let a judge hear them. Let them come with a lawyer. If they are guilty, fine them or find a way to make sure that they become responsible. But to put a citizen in a Black Maria, an armored van, for criticizing or let's say even let's grant that it was an insult to the IGP. That is not a society that tolerates, how do you call it, divergent behavior. And we have to speak against that.
We still have in our books offenses like false publication, causing fear and panic. Is it your argument that even though these offenses exist, we should not use them?
Any law that can be taken advantage of by a politician to oppress the citizenry, including journalists, is a bad law. And I urge you, especially the Fourth Estate, the media, to make sure that just as the criminal libel law was repealed, any law that someone can use, today it is us.
But please, kindly, send this to IG and send him the best of our regards. And that as much as we wish him well, if he doesn't sit up, he will leave as a very terrible IG. Thank you very much.
Very excellent.
Ladies and gentlemen, our friends from the media, this morning, the Inspector General of Police, Christian Tete Yohonu, has delegated members of the Police Management Board to meet you and collect this petition on behalf of the police station and the Inspector General of Police. Leading members of the Police Management Board is Commissioner of Police, Dr. Saibu Gariba. I want to assure you that the petition that has been received by members of the Police Management Board will be duly presented to the Inspector General of Police. And we want to thank you very much for the successful demonstration so far. We urge you to continue with a peaceful demonstration so that today, that is winning. And I can assure you that the police administration, the Inspector General of Police, will look into your petition. Thank you very much.
It's pretty simple. We just want a fair and just society. That's it. That treats everybody equally. Doesn't have a different law for some in government and a different law for those in opposition. So that's all we're here for. All civil rights movements, they come with demonstrations, and even in the past, they used to come through pageants. So all these mediums are there to put our wants and the needs of civilians before the government, before the IG.
There are those who say that, why won't you speak to your communicators? Why won't you speak to your communicators so that they make sure that they say the right things, that they do not insult, they do not make inflammatory statements?
Okay. I'm sure you followed my politics over a period of time. No occasion have you seen me insult or say anything derogatory. Politics is different for everybody. The leadership has done what they have to do. We've cautioned all party members to ensure that the debates are decorous. And so we continue to do that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So that's the...
You are a witness to the intimidation, harassment, and so on and so forth that is being meted out to critical voices in opposition. I am a direct victim of that kind of intimidation, which I cannot get over. Not today, not tomorrow, or any day. My home was broken into by armed thieves, numbering about 8. They took me to the NSB, that's the National Signals Bureau, detained me there, whisked me away to the police headquarters. My brother, they arraigned me in court. As it stands now, I'm still in court. Over what? They claim that I have published a video which contains people who are seen brandishing guns. My brother, this gun in question, or this video in question, is not my making. In fact, it is a factual video, which if the police is interested, they can trace the source.
So you that video was taken in Ghana, an event that happened in Ghana?
Absolutely. In the video, you hear them speaking Dagbani. Is Dagbani a foreign language? Certainly not. So why would anybody, by any stretch of imagination, come and tell me that this video was not taken in Ghana and that I am seeking to create fear and panic in this country? My brother, I was detained in the police house like a hardened criminal for 5 days. Even when the court had granted me bail, I was dehumanized. I feel the police have not been fair to me. I feel that my rights and freedom, my liberties were curtailed.
I mean, we know you're one of the activists of the NPP when it comes to social media activism. Has this affected the manner in which you do your activities? Do you feel intimidated? Have you changed your modus operandi because of what happened?
In fact, I am energized than before. I am energized than before. That is why you see me here in person, to register my displeasure about how the operatives of our security services, who are supposed to give us protection, are rather cowing us into submission. And the earlier we speak about this, the better it will be for all of us as a country. The era of culture of silence must be a thing of the past. We cannot live in the 21st century whereby dissenting voices will be subjected to this kind of harassment and intimidation. And that is why we are here in our numbers to send a signal.